All right, welcome in, everyone. Ready for another deep dive?
Definitely. Always excited to dig into something new.
Well, today we're heading to the Yellow Mountains of China.
Oh, also known as Huangshan.
Yeah, that's right. And it's more than just mountains. It's this whole cultural thing, too. You know, like how some landscapes just become iconic?
Absolutely, yeah. Certain places grab hold of the imagination and never let go.
So, from what you sent me, these mountains are in Anhui province, right?
Right. And they've got this incredibly unique kind of beauty. I mean, we're talking soaring granite peaks, hot springs, pine trees that seem to defy
You
gravity.
don't forget that sea of clouds, like something out of a dream.
Exactly. And it's all of that together, that specific combination, that's made them so important in Chinese art and literature and just their culture in general.
So that's what we're going to explore, right?
Right.
Why is Huangshan so celebrated, not just as a place of natural beauty, but as this symbol of tranquility and inspiration?
Exactly. How did these mountains become so deeply woven into the fabric of Chinese culture? What's the deeper significance?
Okay, so first things first. The name Yellow Mountains, does that actually refer to the color of the rock? Or
It's,
is it?
it's not literally yellow rock, no. But the name does hint at something special. Think about those classic Chinese landscape paintings, the kind with those kind of misty golden hues.
Ah, I see. So it's more about the atmospheric, almost ethereal quality.
Exactly. And a big part of that comes from the granite itself.
The granite. What's so special about granite?
Well, for starters, it's incredibly hard and durable. Over millions of years, it erodes, but in a very specific way, creating those dramatic, almost jagged peaks and those really unusual rock formations.
So it's that resistance to weathering that gives it those sharp vertical shapes.
Precisely. It's why Huangshan has those iconic, almost pillar-like structures that you see in so many images.
And then you've got those amazing pine trees clinging to the sides of those cliffs. They're not like regular pine trees, are they?
No, not at all. They're known as the Huangshan pine, and they've adapted to survive in incredibly harsh conditions. You'll see them growing right out of the rock, their trunks and branches twisted and contorted by the wind and the elements.
Like almost sculpted by nature.
Exactly. And that's why they've become such a potent symbol in Chinese culture, representing resilience and strength in the face of adversity.
Makes sense. They look like they've fought hard to be there. And speaking of amazing visuals, we have to talk about the Sea of Clouds.
Ah, yes, the Yunhai. It's not always there, but when it is, it's truly breathtaking.
It's like the mountains are floating on a sea of mist. Right?
Exactly. And that's because of the unique climate and topography of Huangshan. When the clouds settle in the valleys, it creates this incredible illusion.
And that phenomenon, I mean, it must have had a huge impact on artists and poets, right?
Absolutely. It evoked a sense of vastness, mystery, and dreamlike beauty that has captivated the Chinese imagination for centuries.
So let's dive into the art a bit. I know traditional Chinese landscape painting, or shanshuihua, features Huangshan prominently, but how exactly?
Well, it goes beyond just depicting the scenery. Artists aim to capture the spirit, the essence of the mountains. The peaks, the pine trees, the sea of clouds, they all become symbolic, representing different aspects of nature and philosophy.
So it's not just about a realistic portrayal, it's about evoking deeper meaning.
Precisely. A lot of these paintings reflect Taoist principles of harmony with nature. The mountains might represent stability, the clouds change and flow, and together they show the balance of the universe.
That makes sense, given how those elements are constantly interacting in Huangshan, the solid rock and the ephemeral clouds. It's a perfect visual metaphor.
Exactly. And that interplay is something that poets have been drawn to as well. They write about the majesty of the peaks, the serenity of the landscape, the feeling of awe and tranquility you get when you're actually there.
And did those same elements, the peaks, the pines, the clouds, did they become metaphors in the poetry as well?
Oh, absolutely. They represent aspirations, resilience, the human search for inner peace, and that connection to something larger than ourselves.
It sounds like Huangshan became this powerful symbol, not just a physical place.
Definitely. It embodies an ideal of natural beauty, and a journey there was often seen as a way to connect with nature and find spiritual renewal.
And that appreciation continues today, right? I mean,
Yeah.
It's the UNESCO World Heritage Site now.
Yeah, which recognizes not just its natural beauty, but also its lasting cultural significance. It's a place where nature and culture are intertwined, and it's important to preserve both.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, what are the key takeaways for you about Huangshan? What really stands out?
Well, for me, it's the fact that this landscape, The granite peaks, the hot springs, those unique pine trees, and the sea of clouds has been such a powerful source of inspiration for Chinese art and culture for centuries. Those images, the Huangshan pine and the clouds, they become symbols of resilience, ethereal beauty, and deeper philosophical ideas. And the UNESCO status really highlights its global significance as this meeting point of nature and human culture.
It's amazing to think about how a single location can have such a profound impact on a culture.
Absolutely. And it makes you wonder, what are those places for us?
What do you mean?
Well, as you're listening to this, think about the landscapes that have a special meaning for you. The places that inspire you, that make you feel a sense of awe or peace.
Like, what are the Huangshans in our own lives?
Exactly. What are the elements of the natural world that shape our own artistic expressions and cultural values, even if we don't always realize it? Maybe it's a certain type of tree, a particular cloud formation, or a geological feature unique to your region. It's worth considering how those things influence how we see the world and how we express ourselves.
That's a great point. It's a reminder that these connections between nature and culture are everywhere if we take the time to look for them.
Absolutely. And sometimes those connections can be just as powerful and enduring as the granite peaks of Huangshan.
Well said. Thanks for taking us on this deep dive. It's been fascinating.
My pleasure. Always happy to explore.
And to everyone listening, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time for another deep dive.
Until then.
Take care.